When I was in middle school, I was exposed to the world of lawyers and courts a bit more than any child should have to. And safe to say, it wasn't the best experience. I saw some things that I really didn't want to see, but those things are what made me aspire to do law, because I want to prove to myself, if not to the world, that there is still hope to be felt, that there is still a way that we can make the legal community even marginally better than what it is today, make our legal system a little more efficient and a little more just than it is presumed today. And that hope, that thought of making whatever microscopic difference I can is the reason I want to do law and become hopefully a better lawyer than the ones I saw. Hi, I'm Nishtha. I majored in finance before coming here at NLS, where I'm pursuing the 3-year LL.B program. As someone who has always wanted to be a lawyer as like a childhood dream since 8th grade or even 6th grade for that matter, I did not want to go down the conventional path of doing a 5-year BA LL.B program. I wanted the freedom to choose a specialization of my choice and spend an additional year doing that beyond the law before I segued into the legal fraternity. And now that I have made that pivot, safe to say I don't think there's a better place than the NLS 3-year LL.B program to do so. Beyond all of the academic excellence and rigor and all of those opportunities that we get, the most unique aspect of our batch and our cohort is the diversity. There are people from over 12 different disciplines who are studying all at once in the same place, coming from varying age groups, socioeconomic backgrounds, geographical backgrounds, and that kind of diversity lends a very unique flavor to the interactions that we have both in class and outside. This level of diversity has most importantly made me a more sensitive person. For sure, it has enlightened me about different beliefs and ideologies and streams of knowledge that I would never have been privy to otherwise. But the sensitivity that it has lent to my personality is something that I value more than any of that. Considering I am from a background of commerce, finance, very analytical, numerical thinking, I didn't expect that to have a lot of contribution to my current degree or to my career in law generally. But a common misconception that I've realized exists about the law is that it is very theoretical. It involves mugging up statutes and case laws and whatnot, when in truth, it's actually very analytical. We were exposed in the very first trimester to how every single law or every single legal provision can be broken down to an algorithmic flowchart that's based purely on analysis. And being someone who has been trained in that, who's been trained to think analytically, who's been trained to break problems down into smaller segments and solve them, this has been a blessing. And it's helping me a lot more than I thought it would. Well, I wouldn't lie or try to sugarcoat it. It has definitely been a challenge as someone who comes from a completely non-law, non-liberal arts, non-theoretical background to adjust to the language of the law, to adjust to all of the big words and heavy readings and case laws and things like that. And honestly, it is definitely an uphill road. But the good thing is that if you're willing to put in the effort, then you have every single resource that you would need to get yourself on that journey and be as good as anybody else who might have had a background in, say, legal studies or liberal arts or anything of that sort. I had to take the effort of cornering my professors on certain occasions, being a little extra active in class, not being afraid to sort of be or sound stupid in class when I'm asking questions. My favorite memory outside class, it's a little banal, maybe even a little petty, but it is what it is. I was taking part in the moot court rounds, university rounds that happen for selection of students to participate in moot courts outside of the college. And it was a really stressful weekend. I had my oral rounds that day, it was a Sunday morning, like panicky, crying, whatnot. And I dressed up as like a lawyer. I put on my white shirt, my black blazer, the whole works. And my roommate, who had just woken up, I asked her, how do I look? Hoping for some validation. And she just said, like a lawyer. And all of my anxiety just evaporated. I was just filled with joy because that one sentence is what I had been wanting to hear my entire life. And it felt like the biggest achievement.